Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Mastering Options Trading. So before we start with the analysis for tomorrow, IRCTC was a very good thing. This was basically my expression looking at IRCTC today. So as mentioned, I think day before yesterday that IRCTC we saw some big player activity. So it jumped from 910 was the closing price that day. So from this closing 910, it made a high of 968. So basically, it made 58 rupees. That is around 6.4%, right? So clearly, we can say that the big player activity worked well, and also the option premium of that particular strike was I'm not sure what was the exact price, but it went up by 66%, right? It made a high of 75 rupees today, right? So that's why it's very important to identify the big player activity. It is a part of my webinar. If you wish to enroll to my webinar, you can see the WhatsApp number in the description. Okay. Now getting back to what was the analysis for today and how did the market behave. So, as we expected from the data and charts, it was clear that today could be a bullish day. So, market did open a big gap up, I will say, and then it came down. The reason here to come down is it was a huge run up yesterday. So, to satisfy the shorter time frame mean reversion, basically the moving averages, it had to come down and give a pullback, right? And if you see, it made a low of 21,797 by 9:45. I did put in community tab, just a shorter time frame mean reversion happening in market. It will bounce back again. Nifty CMP was 21,818 and the time was 9:40 a.m. So 11 hours ago. So clearly, I was sure that this was just a mean reversion that is happening. Here itself, I got a trade where it quickly jumped. The moment I put at 9:40, I think within the next 5 minutes, this is the 9:45 candle, right? So within 5 minutes, it made a high of 21,902 and then came down and again gave a second trade as well. Um, I was again waiting for 21,760, 770 for going with full quantity, but still, despite the half quantity, I was clear with the bullish trade. What is important to know here is clearly the data as well as charts indicated bullishness because it was a breakout area, right? That's why I was very confident, and that's the reason I put in the community tab as well. And what we saw the up move here again. Then later, if you observe, this is a Poland flag that got formed. If you can visualize here, I will just connect these lines. Okay, and this is the flag, right? Clearly, this is a range bound. So this is a flag and this is the pole. So whatever is the size of the pole, that will be the target on the upside. And then it gave a further breakout as well. So it was a crystal clear movement as expected in Nifty, right? And I also mentioned in yesterday's video that 21,960 to act as the resistance. If you see, it made a high of 21,954. So clearly, the resistance levels, time and again, if you observe, it is very accurate, correct? So, what is the analysis for tomorrow? So, before going to that, we'll have a look at what is the daily candle form today. Okay, if you see, it's like opening is 21,906 and closing is at 21,910, but it's still a green closing. Now, what is important is it has closed above the previous day's high as well as closing. So it is definitely a bullish sign and it's not a red candle. But what is important is tomorrow it has to sustain at least 15 or 30 minutes, preferably 15 minutes at least is required, that it makes a candle closing above 21,960. Further, we'll discuss what will be the target. So it's a bullish sign on Nifty. Bank Nifty, again, a wonderful chart. If you see it as firmly, despite coming down, it went up and closed way above its opening price as well. So this is also indicating bullishness. Again, it has to close a 15 minutes candle above this particular candle's high, right? So clearly, both the charts are have moved in a bullish way only as expected. But the conclusion in yesterday's video was it could be a double-sided momentum for today and then overall bullishness, right? And the double-sided was basically because the first few candles came down, then went up, then sideways, and then went up again. So that's the reason we saw a double-sided momentum, but overall ended on a bullish note. Now let's have a look at the analysis for tomorrow. Index futures 59,000 to 54,000, so 5,000 reduction, so minorly bullish. Um, Minor correction. This is not 54. This is 64. So 59 to 64. Slightly addition of index future longs by retailers. So minorly bearish. But here FIs have reduced around 5,000 index future shorts. So this is indicating bullishness. Pros, as we have been seeing, that they're just um, moving it everywhere. So nothing to decide. So one bullish and one bearish, or one bearish and one bullish signal. So net is neutral from index futures. On index calls, still a good amount of call shorts by retailers. So I would say it is bullish. FIIs have reduced some call longs, so minorly bearish, and pros have slightly added call longs, so it's bullish. So two of the three indicators are indicating bullishness, so we will take index call as bullish. Index puts, FIIs, sorry, the retailers have reduced the put shorts, so it is bullish. FIs have reduced the put longs, so it is also bullish, but pros have added some put longs, so that is bearish. So, but two of the three indicators are indicating bullishness. So, majorly we can say that both calls and puts are again indicating bullishness, and index future is neutral. It's not like super bullish, but it is bullish, right? Now coming to the charts, I would first like to show you the hourly charts. Let me minimize. So this is the range that I had drawn yesterday. So if you observe carefully, it made attempts to close within this range, and 21,760 was the stop loss I said for 15 minutes candle closing below it. It did not hit a stop loss, and several times it took support at this line and then went up. Right. So similarly for tomorrow, if you were to analyze, I think 21,800, any 15 minutes candle below 21,800, I think it's a good exit point if you're on long side. Similarly on Bank Nifty, we can clearly see it has very good breakout from the parallel range. So till 45,747.50, clearly Bank Nifty is in bullish zone. Now having a look at the 15 minutes chart for targets, I will delete this. Yeah. So maybe hourly charts are easier. So 21,960 will act as the first resistance, and then 22,020, and then 22,120 for the previous all time will act as the resistance. So I think looking at Gift Nifty could be a gap up. So 22,020 and 22,120 will act as the resistance. And on downside, 21,835 and 21,800 are the supports. Basically, this entire 35 points range is a support area. In case of Bank Nifty, again, I will delete this. On 15 minutes, okay, we don't see. On hourly, again, I have to minimize a bit. Yeah, so 46,600 will act as the first resistance, and then 47,200 will act as the next resistance. And this is a gap area, so definitely somewhere we can see the resistance, but it's a bit far. So 46,600 and 47,200 are of interest for tomorrow, and 45,750 will be the support for tomorrow, right? Just to conclude, the data is indicating minorly bullish, not like mega bullish, but bullish, and charts are also indicating bullishness. So would prefer to take a long trade and keep an eye on the resistances, right? And also we see that India VIX has minorly dropped by 1%, 1.5%. So I hope this video is helpful. If you're liking it, please do like, share, and subscribe. And if you're finding it very interesting insights, please do comment as well. That would motivate me to do uh, further good videos as well. Right? Thank you all. Have a good day.